What do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single...
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
I don't know.
Throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far. A good game.
Brings up 3rd down and 1.
Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. Man open. It's St. Brown. He's got it.
Defense's existence, because how do you cover? You go with the bigger guy to try and use size. You got to try to go with the quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with the
40-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he loses the football a second time. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. So it's a turnover there on the lost fumble, and this third quarter could not really have started worse.
I think that's a great observation, because this was a close game at the half. They gave up the touchdown the opening drive. Now they turn over the football. This game, it can get away from them pretty quickly if their defense doesn't step up right here.
And now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy.
That last play, here's 2nd and 4. A give up the middle to Gibson. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 170 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And he's got it down
to front. They won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A completed pass. Gibson here running out of the gun. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders take a 3-touchdown lead. So he's had a nose for the end zone here in the early part of the season. 2 touchdowns for him now in this one to go along with the one he had in the opener as well.
Yeah, he certainly finds where the goal line is and finds a way to get across it. But you know who else senses it? The guys that block for him. Because he has that instinct, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he's got them up on a 1st and 10. Goff now to throw. That one complete. He finds Shaw.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 47-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Goff. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Cole Holcomb proving too much there for the offensive line. He gets the sack. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, and this time it's still, and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
Now Goff. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Job. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Looking for Hawkinson, and he's got him. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Lions get a bit closer. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big 10 at their own 23. Working from the gun, Wentz. This one complete to Curtis Samuel.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now Wentz. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Design, execution.
Throwing on first is Wentz.
Quick slant to Brown. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode. Really
Defense. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wentz. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle.
Missed a pass in this game yet.
And it lets you know just how precise things have to be for a quarterback to be perfect, because that means the line's blocking really well. No one's dropping any of the passes thrown to them, and the quarterback is accurate. It's almost like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter.
Chance to get right back into this football game.
Williams. It's going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Nothing off.
We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Here's Goff. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Josh Reynolds, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Lions take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown. Offense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things on Wentz is intercepted yet again. Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu.
And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of them. When they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. How many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like that?
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 41-yard line.
On 2nd down, Swift.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. 3rd down. Here's Goff. This pass complete to Reynolds. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop.
The only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
They get the first down.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Now it's Goff. And he's left
To parts, and Austin Seibert is out there for the Lions field goal now.
from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Seibert's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4.
Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu.
And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, a
I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
So the touchdown. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Goff. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf.
Too often, 2nd and 24. Goff. Open man right side is St. Brown.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Package on 3rd down.
Goff now looking to throw. And that now on comes the field goal unit. And wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And that will keep this a 4-point game. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row.
Now the flip side, good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they'll get
him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game. Steady bursts.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that'll make this a 7-point game.
Wow, I mean, it's so rare to even see one attempted from that distance, CD, let alone converted.
We talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers, though, who find ways to get open again?
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd.
Really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
So wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go along and hope someone would come free.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that
play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
It's a room to maneuver. Touchdown, Detroit.
DeAndre Swift.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the 3rd quarter.
There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you leave him out there and keep touching the ball, because when you've had that kind of a day, there is a tendency to think about getting him out and saving some of it. Running backs never like to save yardage.
You know he's tapping his quarterback on the shoulder. I'll take the ball again to 10.
Here's a give to Gibson. 15 yards the pickup. 1st down, Washington.
He's across midfield. He's going to lighten up now. Play action. Now it's Tua. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Loss of 10. Got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward. And how about a couple of leaps back?
Moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw into the hands of McLaurin.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Tua. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself
for the 1st and 10
at their own 27. Gone. Open man right side is Shark. Go off a handoff here to Swift. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Once again, it's Swift. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Swift going to try up the middle. 4. They'll try the air now with Goff. Yeah, that one too.
But do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there. And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way. To throw is Goff. Flush to his right. And he's just going to...
Williams diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends are on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. Incompletion on 1st down. Now Tua. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Lee McNeil, what an effort to get in there and drop it. This defense ain't
getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way. They gave it an effort.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3, and I guess handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because then that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum.
12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Throwing there now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
So out comes Washington's offense to take over and take a 4th quarter lead. Here's Gibson to start the drive.
And he's going to bowl this. Tua sets up to pass it.
This pass into the hands of Turner. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
For that big strike and that big pickup.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. And Thomas has it. From the pistol, they run with Gordon. And he'll get it down. Looking to pass. Tua. That's Samuel. Caught left side.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th, and you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
They'll set up the screen for Gibson. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson from 4 yards out. And the Commanders have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Incorporate him here on this drive. They'll start on the ground with Swift. Is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. He used to have a meeting with his running backs and able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Here's Goff. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
About the last thing you want to give him is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Goff on first down. That one complete.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
A gain in 21, but he's one of Detroit's busiest players in the passing game. He caught 62 passes, second on the team, and 4th among NFL running backs. His showing could convince the Lions to make him their RB1.
From the gun, here's Swift. And him on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. And he's
the blitzers freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming.
The previous play is under review.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
Goff now looks to throw. Over the middle. Oh, no, he lost the football. And I think the offense got it back. They did. Inside the 10-yard line, they avoid a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now Goff. Now he's got it. Trying to line up quickly here. Goff urging them on. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. Now Tua.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That could finish things off for him.
He's got it at the 15. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. Here's Tua. Touchdown! Curtis Samuel, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders are once again back in front. What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the fourth quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, Might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try.
They'll try and run it here. And he'll get into the end zone, so that pushes the lead up to 4.
Commanders 70, Lions 66.
Now it's gone. Able to connect with Chuck. And down he get a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Goff. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And the Commanders have just about sewn up this football game. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
The Lions now going to use... They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. A carry here for the big tight end. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Giving to the big tight end on 4th. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield.
He was taken down.
Down to an Eagles Tua, and that should just about do it. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout, but instead they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
Yeah, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.